Hi, hello jumper users. So today's video is about on how to use the jumper T16 in this case, and any other jumper radio will do the job as well, as a new USB joystick for mission planner to fly it through the ground station. For me, this feature is really useful. Because as I fly my wing with a 4G connection, LTE or cell phone connection between the plane and the mission planner, and for that reason, most of the time I'm out of the range of the radio transmitter, so I do use the radio connected to the computer, and then I can fly normally as I normally fly the plane, but through that 4G connection. So now it is connected normally as a normal radio. So it is broadcasting. It is broadcasting the orders normally through the internal transmitter. And so now let's see how can we set up the radio and the mission planner in order to control the wing through with the radio with the jumper T16 through the mission planner. Okay, I just one thing, I don't know if this will work with iNav. I have really no idea because I've never opened iNav in my life. I'm using the Maytag F765 wing on this flying wing, and the first thing I do when I get my boards is to flash them with the autoplane. So I've never touched either iNav or a Betaflight or whatever, so I really don't know their capabilities. Okay, so let's go. So I have pre-plugged the USB cable on the radio because I'm working with just one hand and it becomes easier like this, but the other hand it's here. All right, so this is mission planner. Right now I have a connection established between the wing and the mission planner, and already through 4G. There is no cables between them. So the first thing that I used to do, so in this case, as I've told you, I have the radio working normally via the RF signal. All right, so and here is my profile for this wing in particular. What I do is to duplicate this profile, model, select. So this is my reptile profile, and I've replicated this profile to reptile USB. And so let's select this profile, select model. So now, as you can see, there is no radio transmission. Okay, there is no RSSI, there is nothing. Why? Just because I have disengaged the RF. Timer, where is it? Okay, so internal RF off, external off, even because I don't have any external RF module, so both are off. So I am not transmitting nothing through the antenna. Okay, it will transmit only through the USB cable. So from this side it's okay. Everything else, it's just the same as the normal profile for this wing, except for the RF module that is disconnected. Okay, so let's connect the USB cable on the computer, and the first thing that we see, it's this question on the radio screen. So whether you want to use the USB cable for a USB joystick or to access your SD card. So I want to use the radio as an USB joystick, but to have this option popping up, you have to have this option in ask. So it will ask you what you want to do as soon as you plug your USB cable on your radio. So I want a USB joystick. Cool. Now in Mission Planner, it's really simple. Just let's go to Setup, Optional Hardware and Joystick, and there it is. It is already saying that it is connected to a Jumper T16 joystick. Okay, and let's enable it. Now it's enabled. So if I move the sticks, they move. And now this is moving through the 4G connection. So these commands that I am applying here are going through the USB cable into the computer, into the Mission Planner, over 4G, over the internet. In this case that I'm at home, they are going from the computer through Wi-Fi to the global internet, and then through 4G into my wing. Okay, and as you can see, there is almost no delay between commands. It is, well, there is a delay, but it is really responsive and really flyable. I do fly like this, and I have no issues whatsoever with the delay on the commands. All right, so it's done on this side. So now we want to engage the ailerons to the as a channel 1. So ailerons channel 1, pitch channel 2, throttle channel 3, rudder channel 4, and then we will assign as well the flying mode buttons to the, in my case, to channel 5. I used to put this function into the channel 5, and I also want to assign this knob, which will be a camera tilt knob, to channel 8, I think. That's where I have it. That's good. So let's go in here. So as you can see, channel just one thing, don't change these values on the radio options. All right, so channel 1 ailerons, channel 2 pitch, so roll, pitch, throttle, rudder and flying modes. So let's start configuring or assigning channels. What we have to do is just let's do the roll first, or ailerons. So let's click here where it says auto detect. Click once, okay, and it says that it will be available to auto detect. Let's hit OK. Now is waiting for a command. What we have to do is to move the roll. Right, it is detected. So if we move the roll, it is well assigned. The same thing for the pitch. Okay, click, hit OK, pitch, and it detects the pitch. Let's hit here 11 function. Okay, so now for the throttle, the same thing. Auto detect it. Okay, let's move the throttle up, throttle down, and it's identified already. Throttle up, throttle down. I probably will have to invert this, but that will happen afterwards. So for channel 4, same thing, rudder, it okay. Let's move the stick, tack, tack. That's enough. And just to be sure, and that's working. Now for the channel 5, which will be the flight mode selector, auto detect, okay. And now we are going to move these. You have to click on all the buttons for the mission planners to detect the full range for the channel, as it was like a knob or something, because this is actually actually works as a knob, but the difference is that it doesn't rotate. It has keys for a specific range value. Okay, now let's try it. Mode 1, let's take a look at the channel 5 to see it moving. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and it's working like it should. And now I will put on the channel 8. Okay, let's move this small knob. Alright, and it's detected. Okay, so now I have all my 6 functions detected. So roll, pitch, rudder, throttle, flying modes, and camera tilt. Okay. The first thing you want to do as soon as you have these detected, it's to hit save right away, because if you don't save it, as soon as you unplug the radio and you plug it again, you have to redetect all the channels again. Okay, so save it and keep it safe. So that's basically it. It's a really simple process. You can obviously so you have access to 16 channels, so you can use whatever switch you have. Oh, just one more thing. Yeah, so I've made a mistake. On channel 8 I don't have the camera tilt. I have the mission reset, and in the radio I have the mission reset function set on this position. On this position, so this lower position of the G switch, and pressing this for at least 3 seconds. Okay, so let's map this function. So channel 8, auto detect. Okay, and now 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Okay, it's detected. Let's see. I will press it right now. Now 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, and you see it moving. Okay, that's the mission reset, and I have put this delay, this long delay, just to avoid to engage the mission reset by accident. So 3 to 4 seconds for me, it's more than enough, and it's very good to avoid accidentally activation of this mode. Okay. And just for you to know, so in this lower position I have mission reset. If I do this for 3 seconds, in this middle position, if I engage this, this is for another plane. It will engage a servo to release and to let drop things from the airplane to the ground. And on the upper position, if I engage this, I will reset the timer. So the timer has 4 minutes right now. So if I engage this for more than 1 second, there you go, it will reset the timer. So three functions associated with those 2 switches. All right, and you can do whatever you want with all the other switches and knobs and sliders that you have on the radio, but to know more about it, you just have to watch my other videos. So it's basically it. Let's go to the flying page again. If you want to have a much faster access to your joystick configuration, you just have to go to Actions tab, and then you have here a button called Joystick. You press this and voila, you have the joystick configuration board here accessible for you. Okay, so just let me check if I have the modes working properly. With that, don't auto tune, auto. Okay, I have to reset the range of these buttons, and I will do it later on the curves for that function. In here, so this is the curve for the flight modes, and I will have to change this range in order for it to fully work between all the 6 modes. Right now it is only activating the last 3, so I will have to extend this curve. So let's do it right now. This is really fast. So on flight mode 1, I will have to have here manual and not RTL. RTL in this case is the mode 4. So I have to lower the first point until I get this changed to manual mode. So let's do it. Let's click here and start lowering. I'm lowering. Fly-by-wire A, this is my mode 3. Then will be stabilized, that will be the mode 2. Lowering, stabilize, there it is. A little bit more, a little bit more, more and more, and manual. Alright, just check it out where the manual mode is. Okay, let's do the other thing for the second point. Let's select the second point, the second flight mode, which is supposed to be stabilized and not RTL. So let's lower the lower, select the point, let's lower it down, and it is stabilized. It's done, it's there. Okay, so now let's select the mode 3, which is fly-by-wire. Select the point to lower it down. It is on auto tune, it's not correct. Low, 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 lower, lower, lower. There we go. And fly-by-wire. That's the fly-by-wire. Mode 4, it's supposed to be RTL. And it's on auto tune, which is the flight mode 5. Not correct. Let's lower it down. I'm lowering here until it gets on RTL. That's it. Select to confirm. Let's just double check if 5 it's auto tune. No, it's not auto tune, it's auto. So let's lower this this mode 5 as well. Oh, have to be selected. Okay. And auto tune. It's done. And finally 6 must be auto, and it's on auto. So now I think we can see the modes there. 1 manual, 2 stabilize, 3 fly-by-wire A, 4 RTL, 5 auto tune, 6 auto. So that's done. We can come out, and now we have a fully working radio. So awesome. So now I have my beloved T16 Pro with all sensor gimbals and internal RF module, which in this case the RF module is disconnected. So now my radio, it's working as an USB joystick with mission planner connected through 4G to my plane, and it's working. Now theoretically I can be at my place, at my home in Portugal, controlling this wing in Australia, as long as both are connected to an internet connection, 4G for the case of the plane, and an internet connection to the computer. It can be a 4G stick, as I use on the field, or a Wi-Fi network, or a wired network, whatever. So that's what I wanted to show you guys, how to set up your Jumper T16 radio to work as an USB joystick with your flight control, your mission, your ground station. So this works with Mission Planner, which I've shown to you right now, and it also works with the Q ground control. The Q ground control will not give you as much options, configuring options on the joystick tab. It will be a bit more tricky and less flexible than the Mission Planner, but it also works. So, but in my case, I do prefer to use Mission Planner as my ground station while I'm flying on the field, and to use the Q ground control only as a configuring, as a flight controller configuring software. So I do use both, one for each task. Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this quite long video. Take care and keep safe.